Welcome back to some more Rift Riff. I think that I'm just gonna do like effectively a supercut of the rest of the levels on their base difficulty. I don't know how many levels there are, so maybe it'll just be more than typical, but I don't know. Don't know what I'm planning on doing. It seems like there are a lot of bits of fertile land this time. 1, 2, 3, at least 3. Maybe a fourth one that I couldn't see. I think it's just this one spawner, and the plan is to attract them into different paths. It does look like there might be some pretty good spots for long shot, so we're gonna get that. Of course we're gonna get Gatling. I have an addiction to that, and it's probably not good, but whatever. Nova, of course. And then maybe we'll add in turret? Turret or sniper? Let's see. Weird resilient sticks. That's kind of the best one. We have the noses. They can say hound. It just looks like a big nose sniffing the ground. We'll get the turret. We'll get 2 Novas leading up to it, and then honestly that's hopefully all we really need for now. Oh god, okay, I just barely got that in time. that was really close. The route that they come in, actually, it might be a great spot for the long shots in their little loop that they go through there. Okay, so the other one just got destroyed. Let's build another one here. Where's Gatling? Oh, we don't have enough. We just need to get the turret. Oh wait, it died. The shield died. Okay, that's perfect. That's probably the worst way to have done that. Let's get a long shot there, because that's what I actually wanted to get. And then while I'm here, let's refund this tower, because I didn't want a tower here. I wanted a Gatling to be here. I mean, this is working out kind of well. About as well as I can ask for. How many do you want? Just 3 Novas along that path? That'll probably get everything. Oh, unless it's all the twigs. Unless it's all the dumb sticks, then 3 Novas aren't going to do anything. Oh, great. Prep for this upper lane to also have. So we'll get a Gatling. What else do we need? We can get 1 Nova. And then we can get the obelisk. Okay, that is a fear I had, is that it would attract them up to the top, but it seems like it should still be fine, because we have plenty of defense. Three more of the prisms, and off we go. Back into the interdimensional goop. A stinger tower. Sticks to monsters and explodes. That seems like it could be pretty useful. Ring boundaries. Once they've entered the ring, it's over. Oh. Oh wait, that seems awful. I don't even know if the Stinger and Gatling are actually helpful. But I've been using them, so I don't know. We can get the long shot within range there, as well as we can get the Stinger to use. And then increase the health of the obelisk. And that might be a good strategy. We'll get the long shot again. Increase the health of the obelisk. Make that thing suffer a bit, just a bit more to actually deal damage. I don't know if the upper section is going to be fine. I think just barely. Yeah, we don't even lose the obelisk on that side, on either side. Okay, I think that's good, because then all these sections that have the 2 towers, what you do is the first bit, you put an obelisk in the first one, because hopefully then all the monsters are going to go there and attack that instead of attacking your actual towers, which seems to be the case. If you do that, it'll be a bit more protected. It's interesting because the upper left section, when they're done destroying that obelisk, they go down the circle, whereas our lower right section goes up the circle. So it's not like they're going to just destroy half the circle and then go straight to the center. They each have half a circle of towers to destroy. This thing we should be able to get. Oh, it's interesting though that the long shot tower isn't in range, because that's slightly ranged in and of itself. But we did finish it. Using the long shot towers was definitely the way to go. So let's use the Shrieker so we can do this level, and then we'll go up to that upper one, which might be the last. I don't know. So, do we have any fertile ground? I don't see any. So what do you want? We have the Shrieker Tower. Potentially long shot, Gatling, Stinger. There aren't too many things that move in like too big of groups. What does the Shrieker do? Oh, it shoves them up top. Oh, it shoves them away, so like directly away. So this can shove them up top. We can have another one here to shove them almost back to where they came from. And then we just get like a whole loop of them running. That's pretty neat, actually. Well, let's pump this juice, get it going. Hopefully this will knock them up. That Shrieker can knock them away, but then the Stinger will group them up and fill them with a bunch of the exploding little bullets. Yeah, anything coming through here, we could just get stuck with a bunch of stuff again. That's kind of what we're making them do. We're just making them ping pong all around up in that upper area, which I imagine is what the intention is for the layout of this. We could put a Stinger here to fill them all up with the little grenades as well. And then they all get shoved off together. Oh, they kind of go off in separate directions, but that's fine. And we just barely don't get through this one without losing the shield. Ah, that was pretty close though. Well, the Shrieker is a pretty interesting tower, actually. I was initially saying I wasn't too interested in getting it because it didn't sound interesting. But I'm glad I yoinked it before coming up to this, which I think is the final level. The remnant of an earlier invasion still seems to be operational. Time to juice it up. So are we going into like the middle of one? Yeah, we start with 60. Wait, do we don't get any throughout the wave? Or is this just our starting? Oh, okay, no, we do. Oh my goodness. A few things that move straight to extractor. The moon, which is, quote, extremely lethal. I mean, if the moon were to smack into me, I do admit I feel like I would not be having a good time. Like, just a little bit of squished. If we have a Gatling and a Stinger here, I think that's probably the best way to go about that. So let's upgrade the damage that they do, as well as the amount of health that the obelisk has. Because that is a big blob of things. Oh yeah. That was a bit bold to say, because that I immediately lost the shield again. I think what we want is just another Stinger up here, so we can get more explosive damage and group damage on them. Those are going to go straight to the extractor, where we can have a bunch of gatlings and the like prepared for them. I mean, we could put a shrieker here, but where's it going to shriek them towards? There's no extra defenses anywhere. It pushes them down. Okay. Well, I suppose I can add some defenses down then. And yeah, look at this giant mess up here. Oh, this can actually push these all back as well, which is very nice. Okay, this was actually a really nice placement, because it sort of shoves everything back the direction it came from, just letting us hit him more times. Although it's not great because I still didn't have enough damage at the actual extractor. Let's not worry about upgrading the damage on those. So what we can do then is put a stinger here. Actually, maybe we want the stinger to be here. The stinger here, and we want the shrieker here. And that's probably a fairly good layout, actually. I think upgrading the towers that are right by the extractor to deal more damage might be a good way, because once they're there, there's nothing else we can do. It's really just however much damage these towers do is determining if we live or die for the wave. So that's probably a pretty good way to go about that. Maybe? I don't know. Sounds pretty good to me. We have 30 to prep for this. So if we do 2 obelisks and a gatling, is that good? We'll see. I hope it's good. Another gatling is probably also quite good. There's just absolute chaos happening over here. That's fine. Things are getting mostly damaged and dealt with. Doesn't have to be perfect, just has to be decent. There's a sneaky little flower back there trying to hide out behind our turret. That's fine, that's fine. We do get that in time, which is good. I think we need to have snipers in these 2 spots. Maybe just 1 sniper for now. Okay. Just get some additional damage on those guys before they actually get towards the extractor is also going to be a bit nice. Give it an additional massive chunk of health. That'll also be quite nice. It's cheaper just to get another sniper, which is plus 100% damage, right? Because it's just shooting an additional bolt rather than the actual damage upgrade. So I think we're going to be fine for this wave. And we're kind of stabilizing to some degree. Right, so I need to put... This needs extra health. Easily. This is the weakest link, by far. It'll probably draw them down to there. So if I recall this for this wave, and instead put a stinger here, that might be good. Maybe they'll go down, down, then over. So that's sort of the loop that they have you do. I think so. I think you can force them to have their own little loop. This would be a great spot for the long shot tower. But if we get the range upgrade, then that can reach everything, and that's fine. Have that do additional damage. Yeah, having them... So that's what those 5 or 4 fertile plots are for, is you can have these upper ones loop around. You put a shrieker right in front of the extractor here, and it shoves them all back, basically where they came from, towards a bunch of other towers. So you could probably, if you do it properly, you could probably get away without even using this permanent tower. Although if you do use it, at least on Steam, there's an achievement, so that's pretty cool. Oh, that's so close. We almost had that. Okay. Okay, I think we can just do a better job of keeping him away from actual, well, things. Right, so keep the moon away, because we let the Shrieker do its job, and I don't think we can bring him all the way back. If he destroys this, we might be able to bring him back to this upper spot, though. That's something to look out for. Does he go back up? He does. But the question now, he might go over to the left from here. Yeah, we can even just keep him way over here. Yeah, so let him get down quite a bit, and then pull him back up. And it's down to the last few things, so let's do the high damage projectile, because it's probably going to focus on him. Okay, we got one shot that went elsewhere. I think we keep him over here for the time being. I think that's the last time we do that, because we can activate this 4 more times. We have 2 minutes, 2 more minutes of this tower going. Do I think that he'll be around for 2 minutes, though? I don't think so. We might have to balance that a bit. But he's basically dead already. Like, this is so much better. Honestly, yeah, so for down here, 2 health obelisks and then 2 gatlings and a stinger is fine. The 1 shrieker here is really all you need. Let's make sure he doesn't get past here. There you go. Perfect. We killed the moon. We got him. Gru is gonna hate us. Can't steal it anymore. Gone. That was a tough level, though. That's all. We killed the moon. It's official. No more moon. Look outside. It won't be there. I promise you. Maybe I don't promise you too much. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed.